Thank you so much for staying tuned. You just joined us. This is This Morning on ITV, and it's all about what is happening right now in the country. We're talking about the possibility of reconciliation in these parties because we have fallouts in the APC. They are saying no to, some of them are saying no to Muslim tickets, some of them, not all of them, and beginning to decamp. While in the PDP, we have some heavyweights saying the outcome of the primaries is what they are still bickering about, that it's not going to work, that they believe in rotation and that power mustn't go back again to the north. So what options do we really have? Talking about some persons in this party on the line, not all of them, but with these few persons that are not happy where things are going in both APC and of course in PDP, do you think that the objections, so to speak, will be overruled by the majority? Yeah, or there'll be a reconciliation for both parties to move forward? What about the movement? They call it the obedient movement, the Labour Party. They are still there, according to reports, gathering support, gathering momentum and energy to really come out in great force to try to come out tops come 2023. This is what normally happens during Nigerian politics. Well, it's all about security. Yeah, President and I will talked about it, how it's becoming more worrisome, sometimes becoming more disturbing. Moving from point A to point B in Nigeria, you have to be prayerful. You have to be extra vigilant. Sometimes your heart will just be there close to your mouth. Anything will just be like, what is going on? You can't sleep with two eyes closed. What is really happening, to the extent that the seat of power is being threatened? And that led to the reshuffling of, generals, commanders, you just name it. I still have Barrister Emmanuel Obapoloye with me in the studio. Barrister Emmanuel, you get to hear bandits becoming bolder by the day to the extent that they threatened to kidnap Mr. President. I mean, what can you make out of this? Even some minority members in the House are saying the president must be impeached because of what we're experiencing security-wise.
I don't know why the average Nigerian politician always pretends to be doing something when a particular affair that they consciously and unconsciously refuse to treat, undo, or tackle becomes their private matter. That is when you begin to hear a lot of gimmicks, a lot of comments, a lot of quarrel amongst them and against the people. We've seen that in this regime, it has been made clear to Nigerians that security, welfare and security rather, is the duty and responsibility of every Nigerian. But the Constitution provides in Section 14 that the primary function, duty, responsibility of the government now is both federal and state, particularly the federal that controls the military, the police, and other paramilitary agencies. That is their primary duty to ensure the security and welfare of the people. But today we've seen that the regime is telling Nigerians that security is now the responsibility of an average Nigerian, or every Nigerian, or all Nigerians. And when there's a lacuna in the security architecture of Nigeria, or we see weaknesses, deliberate weaknesses, and deliberate limitations in the security architecture of Nigeria, and the people now cry out, this thing should be handled, this matter should be tackled, you will hear total silence from the presidency to the least in the hierarchy of leadership in this country. And that is why the terrorists, metamorphosed bandit by the same government, attacked the Nigerian Defense Academy. For goodness sake, Nigeria Defense Academy, where you train our gallant military officers. Attacked there, succeeded, even adopted one or more military officers and demanded for ransom for their release. And ransom was paid to them before they were released or before he was released. And the government never said anything. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces, General Muhammadu Buhari, refused till today to address that matter. A while ago I was talking, and you said the president has been addressing the matter. He didn't address the matter.
He's been addressing the matter, really.
He didn't see any need. Now, we've seen the military architecture is just loaded with a particular group of persons. And these people tried that. The terrorists, the bandits, as they call them, succeeded in Nigeria Defense Academy and have succeeded in pockets of military checkpoints, institutions, churches, mosques. They've succeeded, and they now went to the to the Kuje prison, directly under the nose of the president, and invaded there and succeeded. Few days later, the rumor making the rounds is that they will kidnap our president and kidnap.
It is not a rumor. That was what they said.
Listen, yes. I am saying, I am. You know, tomorrow this same government will come and defend it and say it's a rumor. I am going somewhere that they will kidnap the governor of Kaduna State. A few days ago here, the governor of Kaduna State said the president was not aware. I was the one who went to tell him. What do you call that? Is that not now a rumor? For news making the rounds, and the president, the commander-in-chief, was not aware until the governor of Kaduna State went to tell him. And you have the service chiefs, you have the DSS, you have the police, you have the immigration, you have the custom, you have the prison, they say correctional center now, because we like changing nomenclatures. We have all in place. We have those personally who give the president security reports. We have the national security advisor, and the president was not aware. Only just now, the governor of Kaduna State went to tell him. Is it the duty of the governor of Kaduna State to go and tell the president on security matters around and within the president?
All right, you just hold on now. I know you have so much to say. Want to go on a break. When we return, we'll continue this discussion. Don't go away. We'll be right back. For staying tuned, we are out, about rather commencing our descent on today's edition of This Morning on ITV. I still have Barrister Emmanuel Obapalo here with me in the studio, and we're taking a look at the security situation in the country that led to minority members of the National Assembly saying that Mr. President will be impeached, and you get to hear of the threat also. The seat of power has been threatened by terrorists. You heard about the Kuje prison break, heard about the attack on the president convoy, and this thing is making Nigerians to feel so much uneasy about what is really going on. Barrister, you're making your points. Go ahead.
Yes. Looking at the situation where the governor of Kaduna State was the one who informed the president about the rumor or news or threat of his being kidnapped by the terrorists is worrisome, is alarming, is something unthinkable. The president as the commander-in-chief and a retired general in the army, and you cannot guarantee the safety of lives and property, why are you the president? The president sworn an oath to maintain, to protect, to keep lives and property in Nigeria. But we see what is the situation today. With the plethora of security men attached to his office and being the commander-in-chief, the president is not aware. We saw the president went to Kuje prison when it was attacked and asked, so there's no CCTV here. Before that, he left for Liberia. He could not cancel his trip. The trip was more important than the safety of lives and property of Nigerians.
He never said that. After all, things were on the ground to really take up that situation. That's why I had to travel to teach Liberia on, how to secure that territory. That's the reason why.
That was the most annoying aspect of the trip.
He was given an invitation. Should you jettison the invitation?
Going to another man's country that is not secured.
Yes,
to tell the man that I want to teach you how to secure your home. When your own home is on fire. And the president just kept quiet. And even after the governor told him about the news of the plan to kidnap him, what has the president said? What action has been taken? We saw day before yesterday, stroke yesterday, say they are making a reshuffling or what? Is in Nigeria that once upon a time secured the whole of Africa. Nigeria secured the whole of Africa. And here we are. We cannot even secure the territory called Nigeria because a particular group of people from a particular ethnic group are involved in the business, to the extent the terrorists now see it, kidnapping, adoption, getting ransom as a viable business in Nigeria. And nobody is saying anything. It has never been this worse. And I don't think there is anything that can be worse than this. The situation Nigeria and Nigerians find themselves today, there is no any other way it can be described worse than this. We'll be discussing about Sri Lanka, discussing about other countries, Ukraine, China. It is not even as worse as this. It is not near the situation we find ourselves today in Nigeria. See the way goods are skyrocketing. They are moving in prices in the market, jet speed. The naira is falling by the second. And the president does not say anything. We've not seen one person being fired. We've not seen one person being cautioned. We've not seen one person being sanctioned for all that is going on in the country. But we are quick to say we have a commander-in-chief. We have a general as the president of Nigeria. Wilson, it is terribly sad.
All right, now about the members of the National Assembly, minority members saying that it should be impeached. I mean, don't you think it's like, too late, knowing fully well that election will come up next and the president have less than, let's say, 9 months in office?
I am of a different opinion.
So what's your opinion? What's your stand?
My opinion is that if that is possible, it should happen. But I don't think it can happen because, one, the majority who are of the same party with the president will not even support that. Whether be it from the north, from the middle belt, or from the southern part of Nigeria. We've seen them already. When the issue was brought before on the floor of the House at the Senate, we saw how they dramatically went on recession. Even the Senate president was not ready to hear that. So, can a minority group in the Senate or in the National Assembly, both Senate and the House of Rep, now impeach the president? Even, you see, the president is even silent because he knows that it is not even, they don't even mean what they are saying. We've seen it before happen, things like this. And we also need to understand that majority of the persons who are even moving for the impeachment of the president are those who are not likely to come back to the house. So it is still a game of interest. It is not for the interest of Nigerians that they are even taking this step, that they are even discussing this issue of impeachment. I don't see how that is possible. I do not see how that is possible. It is an exercise in futility. And the men who are even doing it don't even mean what they are doing. In a situation where a man is not concerned of what he is doing, his attitude, his behavior, do you think that man will achieve results? No, the answer is a no. So it is all still the game to see how maybe somebody will give them an attention. It's a game of recognition. I want to be recognized. I want to be relevant in the system. That is the game they are playing. So, and it is going to end in a shambles.
All right, now are you now saying that there's no way out of this security situation we found ourselves in Nigeria?
We'll see. There is a way out.
So let us know.
The security agencies, they know the answer to the situation. The security agencies in Nigeria that I know, they have solution. I just told you that Nigerian armed forces, inclusive the police, once upon a time secured Africa. Secured Africa. How can a country that secured the whole of Africa, 54 countries in Africa, 54 who are members, or 55 just now, who are members of African Unity, or African Union, rather, Nigeria single-handedly secured Africa. How come that Nigeria is not able to secure Nigeria just now? Something is wrong somewhere. Those are the aim of affairs, of the security. Those in political offices, they know what is going on. And that is why we find ourselves in this situation. It's not that there is no solution. There is solution. Ultimately, there is solution. But those who are supposed to provide the solution, who are supposed to execute the solution, are not ready to execute it. Perhaps because they are beneficiaries, perhaps because some persons, they belong to a particular ethnic group, perhaps because they belong to a particular political parties, perhaps because they belong to a particular religion. So because of that, the effort of those genuine security men who wants Nigeria to be secured is thwarted. And that is how we find ourselves where we are this morning. That is how we find ourselves where we are today. And that's why they don't have even the guts to even seek for international assistance. Even within Africa, to go and ask for assistance from neighboring countries. We can't do it because some persons are benefiting from it. ASU is on strike, children are at home, nobody cares. Even when there was protest, Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, we heard the response of some persons telling us that a particular religion prohibits protest. But in 2014, 2015, they protested against former President Ebele Goodluck Jonathan. So all of these are what is causing the insecurity today in Nigeria.
I say that all this will continue till the election or after the election. I don't get it because Nigerians are beginning to get weary of all this.
All we continue,
when will it come to an end from your own analysis?
All will come to an end when we get the right leader in the position. When we get the right persons to lead us. If we don't get the right persons to lead us, it will continue. Even after 2023.
All right, thank you so much, Barrister Emmanuel Obakpolo. We spent close to an hour plus here discussing national issues. He's been on all cylinders, sharing his thoughts and opinions, and one way or the other, he got emotional, but I would like come back to obey the regulations governing the airways. Someone said, well, you can't talk about this country without being emotional, but I keep saying, watch your emotion. Barrister, thank you so much for coming on today's show. I appreciate your comment. His opinions are his. It has nothing to do with ITV, but he did his best possible to follow rules and regulations governing the airwaves. Nigeria is our own. If you want it to succeed, if you want us to get to that El Dorado, the promised land we've been yearning for, is in the power of your PVC. Today, according to report, is the last day of collection of your PVC. Have you gotten yours? What about revalidation? I wonder what INEC is doing about revalidation of PVCs. That'll be talk for another day. But for you to get registered, first, do you have your PVC? If you've not gotten it, please go to the nearest center and get registered. Hold your PVC. Your vote definitely will count. Do you want us to continue the way we are continuing or the way we've been? Do you want things to get better? Do you want things to be the way you envision it to be? A better, bigger, brighter Nigeria. He said something that struck a chord in me, saying, once upon a time, Nigeria safeguarded Africa. And it's true. Yes, we're there all around the continent. Make sure that this peace day is older. What is going on today? Go get your PVC. See you next week, Sunday. Bye for now.